Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the LRDI practice sets. Mm, let's look at the caselet. Survey was done about the number of children and gender also, male and female. The first number in each cell is the number of the respondents in that group. So if you look at the first column, this is what number of children. If you look at this one, number of respondents, male respondents are 1, and this one 5 female respondents. Total number of respondents are 6. So what are the values inside the bracket? The first number in each cell is the number of respondents in that group. The minimum and maximum age of respondents in each group is given in the brackets. That means if there are 5 respondents, 5 female respondents, then the minimum age would be 34 and the maximum would be 49. And when you look at the male column, there is only one respondent. That's why minimum and maximum both are what? Equal. In each group is given in the brackets. For example, there are 5 female respondents with no children. No children means this is 0. We'll take an example of this one. 1 children. How many female responded? 8. The 8 female who responded that they have only 1 child. And the minimum age would be 35 and maximum would be 57. So I can say that out of these 8 people, at least one person would be of 35 years and the other one would be of 57 years. Fine. So the distribution is given in terms of what? Males and female. Let's look at the questions here. Percentage of respondents aged less than 40 years is at least. This is very important. What do you want? You want to minimize the number of people, number of respondents who are less than 40 years. I don't know that how many people are more than 40 and how many are less than 40. But if you look at the first row, number of respondents who have 0 children. Males are 1, female are 5. Now, how many of these males are more than 40 or less than 40? What do you want? It should be less than 40 and at least. So what I'll do, I'll try कि सबका age 40 से बड़ा हो, because I want to minimize the number of people, number of respondents whose age is what? Less than 40. Here, only one person has responded and the minimum age is 38 and maximum is also 38. So I'll have to take one male here. What about females? There are 5 females. The minimum age is 34 and maximum is 49. So since I want to minimize the number of people who are less than 40 years, what I'll do, I'll assume that most of them are more than 40 years. But at least one of them will be what? 34 years old. There are 5 people who have responded. So one person will be definitely 34 years old. And the remaining 4, what I can assume, that they'll be more than 40 years. So I'll get one female from here. That makes what? 2. If you look at second row, how many children? 1 children. Now how many males have only 1 child? Only 1. And the minimum age is 32 and maximum is 32. So I cannot do anything here. This male is 40, less than 40 years. Females, the 8 females who have only 1 child. And the minimum age is 35, maximum is 57. So what do you want? The number of respondents aged less than 40 years is at least. So what I'll assume that only one person is 35 years old and the remaining 7 people are more than 40 years old. So I'll get one from here again. There are 2 people in this age group who are less than 40 years. Look at the third column, third row. Number of children, 2. How many males have less than 2 children or equal to 2 children? 8. The minimum age is 21, maximum is 65. So in this case, what I'll assume that there is only one person who is of 21 years and the remaining 7 people are more than 40 years old. So I'll get one male from here. Same is the case here. How many females are there? 3. They have exactly 2 children. And what are the ages? The minimum age should be 37 and the maximum one would be 63. So what I'll do, I'll assume that there is only one female who is 37 years old and the remaining 2 females are more than 40 years. So I'll get one female from here. So overall, I'll get 2 people. Last one, number of children 3. How many males are there who have exactly 3 children? 2 males. And what are the ages here? Minimum is 32, maximum is 33. And I also know that this is minimum and this is maximum. So one person would be 32 years old and the other one would be 33 years old. None of them will be more than 40 years here. Yes or no? So I'll get 2 people from here. Plus, how many females? 2 females. The minimum age is 27, maximum is 40. So one of them has to be 27 years old and the other one would be 40 years old. You're looking for what? Less than 40 years. So out of these 2 people, only one person is less than 40. So I'll take one here. This gives you 3. So overall, how many people are there who are less than 40 years? 2 plus 2 plus 2, that is 6. 6 plus 3 will give you how much? 9. Out of how many? 30 people were surveyed. So 9 out of 30. How much percent? 30%. So my answer becomes fourth option. Fine. Let's look at the next one. Given the information above, the percentage of respondents older than 35 can be at most. So what do you want? You want to maximize the number of respondents who are older than 35. So I'll try to put maximum people in that category. Which category? People who are older than 35 years old. Okay. Let's look at the first row. 0 children. How many males are there? 1. And the age should be what? 30 years. So this is more than 35. I'll get 1 male here. How many females were surveyed? 5. Minimum age is 34 and maximum is what? 49. Since I want to maximize the number of respondents who are older than 35, I'll assume that there's only one person who is 34 years old. And the remaining 4 people out of these 5 are more than 35. So I'll get 4 females from here. That makes 5. Second one, there's only one male who has got only one child and he's 32 years old. So he's not older than 35. I'll not take this person. Female, there are 8 females. The minimum age is 35 and the maximum is 57. I want to maximize the number of respondents who are older than 35. So I'll assume that out of these 8 people, only one is 35 years old and the remaining 7 are more than 35. So I'll get 7 females from this bracket. What about second one? Number of children? 2. How many males are there? 8 males are there. They've got exactly 2 children. Minimum age is 21. Maximum is 65. So at least one person will be of 21 years old. And since I want to maximize the number of respondents who are older than 35, so I'll assume that out of these 8 people, only one is 21 years old and the remaining 7 are more than 35 years. So I'll take 7 males from this bracket. What about females? Minimum is 37, maximum is 63. That means all 3 females are older than 35 years. So I'll take these 3 also. That makes 10 here. Last row, 2 people, minimum 32, maximum 33. So I can say that one person will be 32 years old and the other man would be 33. In any case, both of them are what? Less than 35. मेरे काम के नहीं है. Then female, there'll be 2. They have 2 females. The minimum age is 27, maximum is 40. So I'll assume that only one person is 27 years old and the other one is 40 years old, which is more than 35. So I'll take one more. So effectively this becomes how much? 5 plus 7, 12, 12 plus 10, 22 plus 1, 23. So I've got 23 out of how much? 30. Now 23 out of 30 would be 76.67%. So my answer becomes third option. Fine. Let's look at the next one. The percentage of respondents that fall into the 35 to 40 years age group, both inclusive. So what do you want? You want your respondents to fall in this category. Minimum 35 and maximum age should be 40. If you look at the first row, if the number of children are 0, how many such males are there? 1. So definitely his age should be what? 38. It lies in this range. So we'll take 1 male. You want to minimize it or maximize it? You want to minimize it. is at least. But definitely this male will belong to what? This category. Look at next one. There are 5 females. The minimum age is 34 and maximum is 45. I want to minimize the people who belong to this category. So I'll assume that out of these 5 people, 4 are of 34 years. And at least one of them will be of 49 years. I know that. So I'll take one female here. That makes how many? 2. One female belongs to this category, this range, and one male belongs to this range. So that makes total 2. If you look at second row, 1 children. How many such males are there? 1. So minimum and maximum both the ages are equal. So this man must be 32 years old. It does not belong to this range. Leave it. 8 females are there. Their minimum age is 35 and maximum is 57. Yes or no? What do you want? You want them to belong to this category? No. You want to minimize the number of people who belong to this category. But at least one person will be 35 years old. So what I'll do, out of these 8 people, one person is 35 years old and the remaining 7 are more than 40 years old. So that I can say that only one person, one female belongs to this category. So out of these 8 people, I'll take only one female. What about second, third? Number of children 2. How many such males are there? 8. The minimum age is 21, maximum is 65. So what I'll do, I'll say all the 8 people belongs to what? They are either less than 35 or more than 40. Yes or no? Since you want to minimize the number of people who belongs to this range. This range में किसी को भी नहीं लाएंगे. Out of these 8 people, some will be less than 35 and some will be more than 40 years old. So I'll take 0 males here. Plus 3 females are there. Their minimum age is 37, maximum 63. So out of these 3 females, one female will be 37 years old and the remaining 2, I'll assume that they are more than 40 years old. So I'll get one female from here. So number of people will become 1. What about the last one? Number of children 3. How many such males are there? 2 males are there. The minimum age is 32, maximum is 33. So definitely one male will be 32 years old and the other one will be 33. None of them belongs to this category. So I'll take 0 here. What about females? There are 2 females. Minimum age 27, maximum 40. So one female is 27 years old and the other one is 40 years old. I'll have to take one female 40 years old. So I'll take one person here. So total number of people who will belong to this range are how many? 2 plus 1 3 plus 1 4 plus 1 5 out of 30, which is 1 by 6. But if you look at the options, it's 6.67, 10%, 13.33, 26.66. None of them will match here. So let's cross check the values again here. Look at this one. How many females were there? 5. One is 34 years old and one of them will be 49 years old. And the remaining 3, I can say that none of them will belong to this range. How do we say this? 34 and 49. So one is 34 years old, one is 49 years old. How many are left? 3 more females. I'll say that none of them will belong to this range. Those 3 females will be either less than 35 years or more than 40 years. So I should write 0 here. This count will decrease by 1 here. So this becomes 4 by 30. That is 2 by 15 into 100 percentage wise. So 200 by 15, that is 40 by 3. And 40 by 3 will give you how much? 13.33%. So this was a very easy case set. Just have to count the numbers only depending on the question that you want to maximize the range or minimize the number of people.